It's full moon energy right now. You know, the calendar says that there's a full moon. I'm feeling full moon energy the next couple of days. Chantress Seba is one of my favorite musical artists, so I thought we'd start out with that beautiful sound tonight because the chaos is just crazy right now in this world. It's like if you pay any attention to the news on YouTube, I don't have a TV, but if I don't know what CNN is doing, but welcome to a place of light healing. This is tonight. Our topic is let us, US, United Spirits, United Souls, let us make sense and talk solutions tonight to the chaos, division, and insanity that is everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere in your neighborhood, in families. And it's interesting. Welcome, everybody, to Soul Purpose Healing, because here is where the Most High has directed us, United Souls, United Spirits, to talk solutions and make sense of this craziness that we're going through. We're moving from third to fourth to fifth dimension. Some of us are in fourth dimension because we're really working on not judging everything and not bringing any more anger, bitterness, hate to the situation. That's what the fourth dimension is all about: peace, joy, love, harmony. So many of us are in the fourth dimension where we're trying to ignore the chaos and not bring more fuel to the fire. But sometimes we get caught up in that. But we're on our way to the fifth dimension. You remember that song? The fifth dimensions, up and away in our beautiful balloon. That's where we're headed, in another dimension. But for now, we're here on Soul Purpose Healing to bring sense, to make sense of all of this chaos that we're seeing. So I want to start out tonight with a little quiz because someone posted this on Facebook and I thought it was 100% correct. But then once you read the comments, that's where the division starts, right? You read something, a beautiful heavenly post and with truth in it. And then I always start reading the comments to get an idea of where people are mentally, spiritually, whatever. And sure enough, division shows up. So I want to take a little quiz tonight. I'm going to bring this back on how many of you agree with these statements that someone posted. Number one, is wearing sunscreen to block the sun a truth for you? Do you need sunscreen to block the sun? That's number one. That I was like, hell no, I don't need that. But okay, is drinking tap water healthy for you? Number three, is it a good thing to microwave your food that in a plastic container? Number four, do you believe convenience equals nourishment in when it's choosing what to put in your mouth? Number five, are you disconnected from your food? FOOD. Are you disconnected? Do you understand what food is, or are you kind of disconnected and you just eat whatever comes in a box or whatever? And then, do you believe healing only comes in a pill? Those are the questions I have for tonight. Doing a little survey to see where we all stand, because let us, US, United Souls, make sense of what is going on in this crazy world we live in. And one of the topics that came up this week, today even, was Tyler Perry just put out a movie. And I think my sister Zelda is going to talk about it tomorrow, so I won't do any spoilers tonight. But I thought it was interesting. I tried to watch it it's on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, you can watch it. I forget the name. I think it's Straw or something like that. Somebody talked about it on Facebook and said, where is it? Okay, let me check it out. I've never been a big fan of Tyler Perry movies, but sometimes he does okay, and most times I'm not into it. This movie, I had to speed up to get to the end. I couldn't watch it. Why? Because to me, it was like watching an hour of social media and TikTok all in 1 hour. Like, oh no, I get enough of that. So, but there, I'm sure there's for many, there's some very positive message. And tune in to Zelda's show tomorrow. I think she's gonna. I don't know if she's gonna have a guest or not. She hasn't invited me, but I could then put in a 2 cents on this movie and why I don't think Tyler Perry. And then yet, when you read the comments, some people just loved it, and some people like, no, not for me. That was me. So another movie, Mission Impossible, that I watched last week. I talked about it. I thought that was more relevant to solutions. I'm all about solutions, not just entertainment. And to me, this Tyler Perry movie was more about entertainment, and I didn't see the solutions. Maybe there was a hint about healing relationships in there. Again, I didn't watch the whole. I couldn't watch the whole movie. I just watched the first 10, 15 minutes. I can't take this. Move on to the end, and I said, why did that happen? So I might have to go back and watch in between just to figure out why it ended the way it ended. Anyway, Mission Impossible, though. There's something in that movie that you might want to know about, because reality in Memphis, Tennessee is what we're dealing with. My friends and family, I got family in Memphis, I got friends in Memphis, and they are fighting a real battle that was in Mission Impossible. I was like, wait a minute. This was in the Mission Impossible movie. How could this relate to what's going on in Yeah, we know they be making Hollywood weird movies that are close to reality. So I'm going to start out showing you, after I greet my tiny house village, I want to welcome all my tiny house villagers and promote minimalism here, because that's, to me, the only, so that's one of the biggest solutions is decline, everything, decline, depopulate, declutter, just get rid of all that stuff, get rid of it. So welcome to Beata's Tiny House. I gotta first remove my full moon, and then we're gonna welcome my tiny house village. Let's get into the Mission Impossible Memphis, Tennessee connection. There's some really strange things going on in Memphis, Tennessee that we need to make sense of and just kind of pray over solutions, because I'm going to show you what I learned about Memphis, Tennessee just recently. And I came across this not by accident, but guidance. I watch YouTube and I'm looking over on the side. What else can I learn in here? And if you haven't seen this, I shared this with some of my friends, but I didn't make it a connection to Mission Impossible until I saw what's going on in Memphis. And I'm like, that's what was in the movie Mission Impossible, that was talking about entities. What are the entities? Well, it's in Memphis. Let's take a look at what's going on in Memphis, Tennessee. I love that city. I just love that city. So we need to know what's going on. I mean, and somebody went to the town Elon Musk is poisoning is the name of this video. So pay attention, please. It's important.
Sometimes the most shocking corporate misconduct is hidden in plain sight, invisible to the naked eye.
What is happening here will swallow our world if we don't stop it right here, right now.
Looking back, there was an early clue that the world's richest man was up to something here.
It's just like, why is Elon Musk coming to Memphis?
The people of
World's largest supercomputer.
a year later,
We here because we need business.
people here want answers.
It's time of the health department to protect our lungs and not once have to went to XAI to see that they had 35 gas turbines operating and polluting our air.
We went to Memphis and found an environmental crime scene. Musk's data center burning enough methane to power a small city with no permits and no pollution controls.
I have not seen anything like this. We believe they've already violated the Clean Air Act.
As Musk helps dismantle the very federal agency that's supposed to protect us against pollution like this,
There is no way to miss how this is a coordinated strategy.
what does Memphis reveal about the future Elon Musk wants for us all?
So the mission of XAI and Grok is to understand the universe.
In 2023, Musk founded XAI to produce and sell artificial intelligence.
We want to understand the nature of the universe so we can figure out where are the aliens, what's the meaning of life, how does the universe end.
Its main product is Grok, an AI chatbot that he's incorporated into Twitter, or X. Musk was entering the race to dominate the AI market, but he was arriving late, years after competitors like OpenAI and Google had begun training their AI systems. So in Musk's mind, he had to move fast.
We went to the data center providers and said how long would it take to have 100,000 GPUs operating coherently in a single location, and we got timeframes from 18 to 24 months. So we're like, well, 18 to 24 months, that means losing as a certainty. So the only option was to do it ourselves.
Been waiting for this moment. I am pleased to announce that XAI's Gigafactory of Compute, the world's largest supercomputer, is to be located in Memphis, Tennessee.
Musk dubbed the project Colossus, after a movie about a supercomputer that becomes sentient and assumes total control of the world.
Now, strangely enough, this is what you see in the movie Mission Impossible that just came out with Tom Cruise. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my goodness, the entities are right in Memphis.
So, my fellow human beings, we all directly and indirectly live in the shade, but not the shadow of Colossus.
When you think about the computational power that it will take to put humans on the surface of Mars, that's going to come from the Gigafactory of Compute that calls Memphis home. We were told that by the company. And so it required speed and power.
It's announced as a done deal.
Keyshawn Pearson grew up in South Memphis.
A billionaire and his organization is coming to our city, and we're just finding out after the land has been purchased, after the project has been approved by certain officials, right, who did know.
This is huge. This puts the word out there that Memphis understands operating at the speed of business.
As a community, we're trying to reach out to people and understand what is XAI. He built it without us even knowing that it was being built.
We had to watch this over X or Twitter. Brent Mayo, Elon Musk would tweet often about where they were in the progress, how fast things were moving.
To train an AI system, a data center requires an enormous amount of electricity.
Again, here's the scene that is in the movie Mission Impossible.
The question was, where would the power come from?
Most companies, when they come to the city of Memphis, they plug into our power grid. That's what you think would happen. Why would this be any different? Unfortunately, we learned because it is a billionaire's corporation, it would be a lot different.
XAI made a deal with the local electric company for 150 megawatts of power and agreed to build a new substation to help meet that demand. But Musk's ambitious plans suggested he would need much more power than that, and fast. Soon, people started to notice some unusual structures outside the facility.
I drove out there, and the first thing I did was hear the turbines. You can smell it as well. Such a disturbingly unique smell.
From the road, Keyshawn and others could see a row of machines that are typically only used for remote or emergency operations. Mobile gas turbines.
I have never seen portable turbines used like this.
Patrick Anderson works on air quality cases for the Southern Environmental Law Center.
We know that these kinds of generators require air permits. And so right off the bat, we started filing records requests with the local Shelby County Health Department. Do you have an air permit application from XAI? And they came back and basically said, no, we have nothing to hand over. We also filed records requests with EPA to see what they had. They also did not have details on what is on the ground out there. Nobody from the regulatory side, the health department, the city, EPA, has told the public or us really one iota of what.
So let me tell you what's operating out there. Entities. If this wasn't so horrific, I wish I had my Twilight Zone music. This is so Twilight Zone-ish, with them building a huge mega AI center and nobody even knew about it. That means all the city officials were in on it. They had to be in on it. The United States government was in on it. Why? Because Elon Musk has several contracts with the United States government. That's how he's got rich, partly. If you didn't know that, wink, wink. So, wow. This was just a big wow for me. I don't know if anybody else knew about this, but it was like, and especially if you see the movie Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise is spending the whole movie trying to control, we could say, Elon Musk entities of AI, the biggest supercomputer in the world. That's what the latest Mission Impossible movie is. Tom Cruise trying to get control of the AI system that Elon Musk just built. You could just call it Elon Musk. So, oh boy, this story, this Shakespeare story, the whole world is a stage, is heating up like we have never seen before. Because this thing is live. This big AI supercomputer is live now on planet Earth. And so what's happening? Locally, the people are getting sick. I didn't play the whole thing. I don't want to get YouTube on my back again about copyrights and all that. But if you want to see it, it's called, we went to the town Elon Musk is poisoning. You can see the rest of it to learn how the Memphis citizens are getting sick. Surprise! They don't give a damn about you and your health when it comes to AI progress, okay? That is why we're talking about let the united soul spirits make some sense and talk solutions to this chaos, division, and insanity. It's not insanity for the rich and powerful, because they've been their plan probably for years. But for us, especially Memphis citizens who live in that area who are getting sick off of this, what do you think is going to happen? Well, I'm going to let my brother Ralph Smart talk to us about how we calm down and make sense of this. What they're not telling you. Ralph Smart put out a recent YouTuber video. Ralph Smart is one of my favorite YouTubers because he is a psychologist and a spiritual teacher. He teaches about spirituality. And he always makes videos about, okay, what they're not telling you. Here's what happened. Like, he's going to talk about the LA ice raids. That's another drama that's going on. We got the National Guard in Los Angeles to control immigration now. Is anybody surprised? That's what Trump said he'd do. He's doing it. And for me, it's like somebody need to go to LA and help the homeless and get rid of Newsom, because that place is a shit place. It's like, it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And most of our senators and House of Reps are filthy rich coming from California, millionaires. We got millionaires like Maxine Waters. I don't know how anybody can be Auntie Maxie. And whatever the other one, the one who led the whole thing, all of them are millionaires now. And LA's a shithole. What the hell's going on? So let's bring in my favorite spiritual psychologist, to lead us into the solutions for this chaos we're witnessing and what we could call insanity, because it's so out of alignment with our creator's love, compassion, and wisdom. We are seeing so much activity that is helping us to seek refinement of self because everything around us is totally out of alignment. So I'm going to play my favorite Ralph Smart, how things they're not telling you, because he has the solutions for us. He really does have the solutions that we need to hear. Otherwise, you could just be stressed and going, what is going on? Why is this happening? But let's listen to Ralph Smart explain. I'm going to speed this up because we don't want to hear the beginning of all this. But he does go into, okay, here we go. We're going to let him explain what's going on.
Let's stop it right there, deep divers. I just needed to give you a little background, a breakdown. ICE raid, Los Angeles protests, right, that are happening. And 2,000 troops deployed by Trump. So what do I think of this? First and foremost, every video I talk to you about, deep divers, is all about helping you become your greatest versions.
Yes, yes, yes.
A lot of people have written to me saying that they can feel that something big is coming. No kidding. Even the cat down the road can feel it. And there's a kind of tension in the air. Storms are brewing. And I told you, shout out to all the deep divers in LA. We've got a lot of deep divers in LA. Protect your energy right now. To all the deep divers in the LA area, protect your energy, because it's going to get crazy. This is only the beginning. You got to remind yourself that a lot of people don't realize everything that's happening right now has got everything to do with the signs of the times. All of this civil unrest has all been prophesized. And with growing tensions, you have to remind yourself, focus on yourself. More so, don't get caught up in the division. That's the plan by the inorganic ones, to keep you divided, right? Some people are saying, hey, ICE are great. Some people are saying, hey, get rid of ICE, right? All of that division is all part of the plan. Divide and conquer. United we stand, divided we fall. Now, if you take a look at this image, immigrants built America. That's very true. In fact, everyone in America is an immigrant, except for the except for the Native Americans, right? And the people who were there before Columbus, right? But everyone else is an immigrant, and rightly so. Immigrants build America, 100%. A lot of people have been saying that, okay, if you're in America, why should you have a Mexican flag, right? That's some people's pushback. And then some people are saying that actually ICE, get out of LA. You know, you have peaceful immigrants here. Some of them are undocumented, but they're contributing to the society. They're contributing to the community. And that's a fair point. I wrote down this, deep divers. It is one humanity. Everything else is an illusion. Slow motion this side. Say it again, Ralph. I will. It is one humanity. Everything else is an illusion. And you got to remind yourself that humanity is in a lot of trouble, because you see, we've kind of created borders and rules and regulations, and immigrants and non-immigrants, and it's created a whole lot of chaos. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And you see, we've got to remind ourselves that this is the time right now where you're going to see a lot of civil unrest, a lot of chaos. And the solution is to be the change you wish to see in the world. The solution is to remind yourself that we've all got a part to play. My mentor, Krishnamurti, he said, it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. He also talked about how any time that you are saying, this is my country, get out, and then the other person is saying, this is my country, get out, there is always going to be a war. And you have ICE saying, hey, these people need to get out of our country. And then you have people saying, actually, we have a right to be here. You got to remind yourself of one thing. You are not a country. You are not a race. You aren't even a nationality. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. And this is the only help. This is the only help when people remind themselves that actually we've got to start all over. The whole world, even the cat down the road knows that we've got to start all over. Because you see, there is so much ego involved. People say, hey, I can own land. Like when the Europeans first went to the Americas, this concept of land ownership, especially in the Polynesian islands, places like Hawaii, was unheard of. Everyone lived in a communal setting. Everyone shared the land. You could never own the land. So this whole concept of land ownership all throughout the world has created a lot of problems, right? Because some people are saying, hey, it's my country, get out, right? And you got to remind yourself, no human being should be illegal. Slow motion this side. Yes, get rid of criminals, get rid of people who are doing shady things. But the people who are there, who are helping the community, they deserve to be there. The people who are contributing to the society deserve to be there. Now, this whole situation also reminded me that storms are brewing in America. You know, deep divers, there are millions of people leaving the US every single year and never coming back. Let me repeat that. There are millions of people leaving the United States of America every single year, going to Portugal, going to South Africa, going to Ghana, and they're not coming back to the US. Even you have a lot of US citizens who are tired of everything that's happening. They're unhappy with what's happened to America. They're unhappy with everything that's happening. And they're leaving. And this is also a sign of the times. Because people can see what's coming. A lot of people know that shit's about to hit the fan. A lot of people know that tensions are brewing. A lot of people know that storms are brewing. Because you have this political unrest, people are divided. And anytime when you have a conflict internally, what do you have? A civil war. And a lot of people can feel that a civil war is brewing in the US. And that was a film, Civil War, by Alex Garland, great director. And they always tell you in the films before it actually happens. So, a civil war is brewing, potentially, And that's the reason why in these days and times, focus on yourself. Because once again, you have so many people who are divided, going at each other. You got some people who love Trump, some people who hate Trump. You got some people who love ICE, some people who hate ICE. You got some people who are like, hey, we just want to be left alone. And then you have some people who say, no, we're going to send in the National Guard. All of that creates the ingredients of a civil war. So what I'm telling you, deep divers, especially the deep divers in LA, focus on yourself, focus on your family, always be in a state of peace on a high frequency, but always do the right thing. Stand up for what you believe in your heart and do the right thing. And remind yourself, it's one humanity. Everything else is an illusion.
All right, there you go. There you go. Ralph said it. One humanity, everything else is an illusion. So there's one solution to make sense to all this crazy chaos entities forming in Memphis. I know if I was in Memphis, I'd be getting the hell out of there because that's a big system to be fighting against. That's one of the solutions that all of us have to consider when a problem like that shows up. Elon Musk has built the AI center for the world in your backyard. I'm out. I'm not even going to want that battle. But here's the thing. We all have to start letting go of what is not in alignment with who we are, why we're here, and what we came to do. And there's something about being alone during times like this, especially going out there hugging trees. And as a acknowledgement here, I want to acknowledge Mama Bonfire is in the house. Hey there, Mama Bonfire. Thank you for joining us. And we have Ashe, y'all, demons popping out. Ooh, I don't know. Who is that? What is your name? Ignore the human signs and remain quiet. Yes, in peace. Yes, division is to the agenda. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Ashe, y'all. Because that's another video I want to share with you about what Ralph Smart said, learning to enjoy being alone. In times like this, it's time to go hug a tree and sit by that tree for a while. Rather than join the protests with signs and all, you can get yourself killed. And here's another comment by Ashe. No, I'm not an immigrant, but I'm an original person of America. Enough said. And that's a person walking around with sovereignty and confirmation of who they are, no questions asked. And Ashe, y'all, is going to attract royalty to her and prosperity because she's not going around down, oh, I don't know who I am. I don't know if I should do this. Oh, I don't like myself. No, it's like some people will say when something bad happens to a person, I don't want to offend anybody, but a lot of times I hear this, when something bad happens, they didn't deserve that. They didn't deserve that. I've lived long enough to know, we all deserve everything. There's no coincidences on this journey. This is a boot camp, as Mama AZ always says. It's a boot camp. Once you set foot on this planet, once your feet come out of that womb, you're in boot camp. And everything you do has consequences, even as a baby. Yeah, what mama does has consequences while you're in the womb. And everything we do has consequences. So everything, as we grow, you deserve everything you get. I don't care how tragic it is, how awful it is. But we are karmic energy beings. We are working out our karma even from past lives. I had a friend who was really very sick, and they went into counseling. And the counselor was asking them, well, how do you feel? Well, I don't know why this happened. This person was saying, well, I don't know why this happened to me. I don't know why this happened to me. And she said, well, it could have something to do with a past life. He said, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Okay, you don't believe that. And then yet your life is going downhill. because you can't consider that this third dimension reality we're in could have had been created from a past life experience that you're playing out now. The whole world's a stage. You're playing out this stage, but the dimensions that are going on, the dimensions that we're all experiencing are just amazing. Each one of us is like, and I'm in fourth. My friend and I were talking about, we are in the fourth dimension. And people keep trying to pull us back in the third dimension where there's judgment and war and conflict and debate and all this, instead of coming over here in unity and compassion and wisdom in the fourth dimension. And we're trying to get over to the fifth dimension too, but people keep pulling us back over here in the third. We're like, and then we have to just go hug a tree and go off by ourselves. But here's a little piece from Ralph Smart about learning to enjoy being alone. Why is that important? Because we're in these chaotic times, and this is another solution.
Infinite waters diving deep once again. Deep divers. We're out here in the heart of nature. It's a beautiful day. The cat down the road is sunbathing. I woke up like this, all magical and fly, and there's no place I'd rather be than by infinite waters. It's beautiful, right? Let's breathe. Whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I'm 10 years young already, deep divers. Raising the frequency. I feel so much better now. Raising the vibration. I feel so much better now, deep divers. Sending you all tons of good ass energy. The cat down the road said you feel so much better now. Look, I'm out here in the heart of nature, deep divers, just doing my thing, and it's beautiful. And I get this download. The power of being alone. Do you know about the power of being alone, deep divers? Well, we're going to take a deep dive. This information right here is going to blow your mind, give you something to think about, and help you become your greatest version at the same time. Hit that like button right now if you support the real deep divers and share this video. Hit that like button right now if you support the real deep divers and share this video, because we got a whole lot to talk about. Look, if you are watching this video, deep divers, I hope something good happens for you today and tomorrow and the day after that. If you're ready for that, just say thank you. Now, deep divers, I love people. I'm a sociable Pisces. I've got an infinite waters community full of beautiful people, kind people, crazy people, funny people, and of course you. Every single day I remind myself, Ralph, embrace the power of being alone. And that's one of my secrets, deep divers, to becoming my greatest version. To embrace the power of being alone. Look, are you afraid to be alone, deep divers? Don't worry about it. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay, deep divers, and we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? What's this with, like, so many people being afraid to be alone, deep divers? So growing up, I used to love my own company. My mom thought I was weird, deep divers. Just like, Ralph, gosh, you can enjoy yourself just by being by yourself. And I'm like, yes.
And I want everybody to consider that. Enjoy yourself by being alone by yourself. And I do have some friends who are a little uncomfortable being alone, but it's a reality that, as he said, it's a superpower when you can enjoy being alone, because you're not really alone. Is the thing I've recognized, the thing I've grown into, the reality I've come to know is being alone is actually being with nature, being with angels, being with your ancestors. So you're in the invisible reality when you're just you, your human body, and no other humans around. You're in a 95% reality of invisible elements controlling your life, like angels, your ancestors. And then nature shows up. And this is another solution to all this chaos, division, and total insanity that we're witnessing. If you're just joining me, I talked about earlier how Mission Impossible, this new movie, is really an exploration of what Elon Musk is doing in Memphis, Tennessee. And I just saw somebody say, okay, I think Kwame says Judge Joe Brown, home state, Memphis, Tennessee. I saw a video. He was running for mayor at one time, Kwame, of Memphis. Yes, yes, yes. And I guess he didn't win because he's not mayor. But whoever is mayor has got to be pretty corrupt because they allowed Elon Musk to build a supercomputer with no permits. What the? That's what that video. I put it in the chat. The video. Go watch the whole thing. We went to the town Elon Musk is poisoning. There it is, right here. That's the name. I showed this a little bit. I didn't show the whole thing. We went to the town Elon Musk is poisoning. The reality of that video is not an AI. You can tell because they're interviewing and you see people mad and angry. Is that they allowed him to build half of this stuff without a permit. What? And they want to charge people all over the United States for permits to just build a little deck, to build this, to build that. We got to pay for it. Yeah. We better learn. We better get our power back. As Ashe was talking, she's not an immigrant. She's an original person. America, enough said. That's right. We have to take our power back. Memphis, I send out so much love to all those residents in Memphis who have to battle the largest AI computer system on the planet right now. And all that turbine energy giving off nothing but poison. And they're getting sick. I send love to every person in the Memphis area. Wisdom that you get the hell out of there and let them. And then protest if you want. I mean, if you got the strength like that brother, if you got the strength to protest, go right ahead. Maybe that's your mission. Maybe that's your assignment. But if it were me, nope, I'm out. I'd probably fly off to Jamaica or somewhere. Just get far away. I'm so ready to get out of the United States, but my family's not ready, so I got to hang around until they get ready because there's so much going on that's so corrupt in this country. And then Francis Harris says, let's see, where did that go? Francis says, folks should travel more for sure. Yeah, get away. If you're in Memphis, you better be traveling every month to get away from the pollution. Did Elon Musk even consider that building something like this would pollute the air and cause people to get sick? Hell no, they don't care. That's why you have to care, and you have to build up your defenses, your own life. And what is it I wrote down? This is a week of refinement, according to one of my YouTubers. Refining you. This week, June 8th, 9th, full moon rising. Let's all just put it on our calendar, in our mind, to refine me. I'm going to refine me. Letting go of what's not aligned with my purpose, my higher purpose, and what's not aligned with the mission that I'm setting for my life and my family to have peace, joy, and health. This week, let's do it. This is a good week, moon rising and all that. So Naima says, if you watch the news and it makes you sad, that's a sign you have lowered your frequency, making you susceptible to illness. We must stop watching bad news. It will make you sick. That's a loaded statement, Naima. I'm going to start out with, we all should honor our emotions, whatever they are, sadness, anger, bitterness. But you got 1 minute, according to my brother who taught on show one, you got 1 minute to process the sadness before your cells are actually affected by it. So she's right. If you allow all those negative, low frequency emotions to stay in your brain, in your system, in your psyche, 1 minute later, your cells are going to start changing and going into a lower frequency along with your emotions. That's how we're made. Your emotions are energy in motion. So it's up to us to recognize consciousness, be aware. I'm in sadness. I'm watching this news. You know, that's how I felt about the Tyler Perry movie. As I said, I think Zelda's going to talk about this tomorrow. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I watched some of it and I started getting sad. I'm like, oh, I don't need this. I can't take this. And I'm like, why would Perry put out more sadness? For all, we got enough of it in this. You don't have to just go outside and see sadness. But I sped up the movie and went to the end. It was even sadder at the end. I was like, oh, never mind. So yeah, you're right. Don't lower your frequency by watching things that keep you sad for more than a minute. If watching that movie, you'd be sad for a whole hour. Tyler Perry, that's how I saw it. So I was like, meh. Even though people were saying, "Oh, this is one of his best movies," and I was like, I don't know. If you want that kind of entertainment, that's your business. But I'm looking for joyful documentaries that point out what the lessons are. And there's probably a lesson in Tyler Perry's movie. I'm sure Zelda is going to bring that lesson out tomorrow morning. There's a lesson in there that I didn't need, I guess, because I'm in. But there's a lesson in everything we do every day. And that's what Naima is suggesting. We have to stop watching news or bad news if you don't see the lesson in it. Don't watch anything that brings sadness and you stay sad and you're crying for a whole hour or two. Not today. Not today. Nope. I'm not crying over no movies that Hollywood puts out. Nope. Mission Impossible was one of those movies that I was like, ooh. That's the type of movie I'm more interested in than oh, that's horrible. Not unless we're learning the lessons. Got to learn a lesson that will improve, as Ralph Smart said, that will make you your greatest person ever. Kwame says, we are our ancestors. Yes. So what did our ancestors leave us? What did my grandparents leave me? My grandfather built his own house. He planted his own food. He ran a church. He built the church building. He built his house. He built the church. I want to be like my grandfather. I built part of my house here. I built the interior of this house. So my grandfather's spirit was like really working with me because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to put shelves in. Really? I have to put a bathtub in here? Oh, really? Did it all with his help. Thank you. Thank you, grandfather. So if we're not learning lessons from our ancestors, we are our ancestors. So that's why this week is a week of refinement to learn about our ancestors. And we have Higher Learning says tomorrow. Okay, there it is. There's the announcement. Monday morning, my Tyler Perry's new movie, Straw, with Taraji P. Are you going to have Taraji P. Sherry and Tekiana on the show, Zelda? That would be interesting. I don't think so. Anyway, she's going to talk. Super women actresses, but man, not my thing. Anyway, I'll tune in and I might call in because I got to share what I learned from. I might go back and watch what I missed so I can really contribute tomorrow. But Kwame says, buy America by billionaires. Buy America by billionaires. Okay. Buy America by billionaires. Yeah. Capitalism. That's why in this society, if you're buying a pair of shoes every week, and you're buying a new clothes every week instead of going to the thrift store where they got so many clothes that they don't know what to do. You're bought into the America by billionaires. You're helping billionaires get richer if you're going out buying new shoes and new clothes every week instead of making your own. Yeah, buy America. I think that's what Kwame is trying to say here. And then Kwame said, Judge Brown, Trump, Elon supporter powered by the Mississippi River. You're going to have to elaborate on that one. This looks like a metaphor. Okay. Ralph is, Ralph is a Pisces. That's why when I learned that, he and I are on the same wavelength. Yeah. Ralph is a Pisces. I always resonate with Pisces. I'm going back here because I missed some comments. Higher Learning says, trees are friends. If you can kiss a dog, you can kiss nature. Hell yeah. Yesterday I walked through this park we have here, Barnum Park. You would love it, Zelda. They have pine trees. They have all kinds of trees. Then they have this little area that is so off secluded with even more trees and more trees. I was hugging so many trees yesterday. People, and I didn't even care if people are looking at me strange. I had a good time because there were so many different trees that I was excited and happy. And then I came home and watched Tyler Perry. No, didn't harmonize with me at all. So stop saying we deserve everything that happens. Yet encourage females to give birth. Sit with that insanity. Signing. Let me read that again because this is kind of deep here or conflicting. Stop saying we deserve everything that happens. I'm sorry. This is my experience. Let's just say this is my experience with energy in my life and in people. I have watched so many people suffer on this planet, even die. And that's why I like to go to funerals. Because when you're at the funeral, you learn even more about what happened, the dash, as they call it, the dash. You ever heard that saying about the dash? From your birth dash your death. You learn about the dash at funerals. I've been to listen, I'm 70 years old. I went to so many funerals before I turned even 7 years old. My aunt died. My grandparents died. All these people, I'm sitting there at these funerals as a child, Francis. I'm talking to you now. And my little mind was going, well, what happened? Why are they in that casket? I started very early analyzing funerals. And so now I love going to funerals. I went to a funeral a couple of weeks ago. It was amazing what was happening in this funeral that was so divine and in order. That my sons and were with me at this funeral. I think I shared this last week, and everything was in divine order. It was like, whoa, 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 whoa. We turned, and that's why I love going to funerals. I don't cry. Very few funerals I cry at because I'm like, did they deserve this? How did this happen? Why did it happen? I'm like analyzing the person's life at the funeral. I'm not in tears or anything. Some people might be. Most of the funerals I go to, people are very mature about, oh, they're in a better place. Let's celebrate their life. Most of the funerals these days, you know, it's a mature crowd when nobody's boo-hooing, but they're like celebrating the life of the person who's in that casket. This is how it ends, in the casket. And I'm like, how did they get to the casket? That's my analysis because I've been doing it since I was it's like been 60 years of analysis of funerals and lives because I started real early. So stop saying we deserve. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not going to say that because it's my reality. If you don't believe it, that's okay. But that happens. Yet encourage females to give birth. Okay, the whole birthing process. I saw the most beautiful birth. I have on Instagram, there's a doula who posts home births on, let me just describe this. See, this is the beauty of giving birth that people miss out there. This couple was in a big bath, a big pool of water in their home, and the man was facing the woman. The man was facing the woman as the baby was coming out in the water. And the man brought the baby out of the woman and held the baby up. And he put the baby, this is the father, I'm assuming, put the baby on her chest. They both looked at each other like you'd want to cry. The emotion, the father and mother are looking at each other. He's handing the baby to her. They look down at the baby. They look back at each other and they're like in tears almost. And they looking back and then their heads touch, the mother and the father heads touch as the baby was placed on the mother's chest. You never see anything like that ever. That's the way birth was intended. You have so many dysfunctional families, relationships, unhealthy relationships that you don't ever see that connection of a life coming in. You think that baby didn't feel all that love energy that came out with both parents in the tub together? I've never seen the father in the tub, first of all. But that man was right in there in the water, bringing the baby up. In fact, he was the midwife. The father was the midwife bringing the. It was amazing. I think I posted that on my Facebook page if you want to see it. So awesome. That's the way it should be. So yeah, we're going to encourage females to have healthy birth. That's what my doula role as a doula is, to start from the beginning of the 9 months and say, this is how you want to have a healthy birth. Get that man in the tub with you when that baby's ready to come out, and let that energy of love and harmony bring out this new soul coming in to learn some lessons. Somebody had to come, he had to come through somebody's womb. Sit with that insanity. No, 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 no. That's divine order, my dear. That's divine order. That's not insanity. It's divine order, but unfortunately, like the Elon Musk building a AI community and killing and trying to sicken people, that we got so much dysfunction, chaos, division, and insanity. But what does now? That's the insanity. What's happening in Memphis? What's happening in the babies coming out and being born, and people realizing you get what you deserve, because guess what? You attract everything that's happening in your life. This is my belief now. You don't have to believe it. You attract what's happening in your life. Let me keep scrolling here. See if we have any more. Elon using energy from the Mississippi River. Yeah. Okay, I get that one. Thank you. Elon using, there's got to be a metaphor in that, Kwame. Elon using energy from the Mississippi River. What is the divine wisdom in that one? There's something going on with that statement. Elon using energy from the Mississippi, because that Mississippi River got some history. Her story too. Her story. I'm going to say her story, because history, we need to wipe that out. There's too much history talking. People talking about history. We need to bring in her story. And then fun real funeral. Yeah, that's an interesting word connection. Funereal, funereal. That's why I love funerals. We should all love funerals, because why? If we're mature enough. I realize some people have. If my children die, I don't know how I would feel initially. I know how I'd feel initially. It's a great deal of sadness. They're not my children. Scratch that. If those souls that came through my womb die or leave their body, I've already been adjusting that attitude to, oh, divine timing. They left their bodies. What's the lesson for me as a woman who birthed these people? And now they're leaving, because we never know who's going first, right? I just know I'm not going to be boohooing, because I'm too mature now to understand life coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. Death is part of life. So we have to grow into the reality. Please share that birthing video. You know what, Zelda? I think it's on. I know I shared it because it was so awesome. I think it's on my Facebook page, but I will look and see and send it to you because it was just so awesome. Oh, I watched that thing about 3 or 4 times because the look on those two people's face, I'm bugging here, was like, wow, this is like a poster of the future as we move out of this chaos, insanity, and sadness. We got to get into the dad in the bathtub with the mom bringing the baby out, and they both connecting energetically in love and truth and wisdom. So yes, I will look for that. Please share that. Yes, okay, I'm going to do that. And then Kwame says, OBGYN start by a man. Obstetrics and gynecology started by a man. And they corrupted it so much, when I guess that's the male energy that came in, the arrogant narcissists came in. When they put women in hospitals, that's when the corruption started. So we have to undo a lot of his story that thinks that's the correct way to live a life, being in a hospital in some stirrups, which you're sitting on a bed, when that woman in the tub was not sitting. She was on her she was sitting up and leaning forward to bring out the baby, and that was what made it easy with no drugs. If you're sitting on your back trying to birth, that's the wrong geometry, the wrong position. There's so much wrong with that, and that's why OBGYN started by a man has caused all kinds of problems. Now we have an epidemic of cesarean births. People are having, women and men are promoting it, cesarean births too much, too often, and they miss out on the flora, the microbes that are meant to cover that child when they come through the womb. We got so much correction to do. So, okay, here's my quiz. I said at the beginning, if you just started, I'm asking these questions, and you can answer if you will, because just to get a measure of where people are in their consciousness and their truth journey. Number one, do you think wearing sunscreen to block out the sun is healthy? Number two, do you think drinking tap water is healthy? Number three, do you think microwaving your food in plastic is healthy? Number four, is ignoring the ingredient list on any product a good thing to do? Number five, do you believe convenience in eating equals nourishment? Being, convenient, go to the gas station, pick up a banana or something, that you believe that's nourishment. Are you disconnected from your food? That's the question of the year, century. And finally, do you believe healing only comes in a pill? Now, the way you answer that is a sign, the way you answered these questions, and this was a post on my Facebook page, and as I read all the comments to see where people are. I thought this list was 100% correct in its truthfulness, but this is a sign of how divided this country is and how civil war is on the horizon, because this is a minor poll that I'm doing, but some of the things that people are divided on are serious stuff that they want to kill over. So I thought this was 100% correct, but it was amazing how many people were divided on this. One woman was like, I have to wear sunscreen. I used to be able to be out in the sun and I wouldn't burn, but now there's something going on in the atmosphere and I'm burning, so I have to wear sunscreen. Well, my suggestion was, what is eating you that you are burning now? Because the sun hasn't really changed. Maybe the atmosphere and all these chemtrails that they're spraying. But my belief, and I'm in the sun all the time, I don't put no sunscreen on. I might put some coconut oil on my skin so I don't dry out, but I ain't using no sunscreen. There's too many chemicals in the sunscreen. That's the fact that this woman didn't really want to talk about. Well, I have to use sunscreen. Okay, if you have to use sunscreen, try and get one that doesn't have a bunch of chemicals in it. And they do have them. They do sell them. Just like nail polish. Nail polish, there is a company I ordered for my granddaughter that makes nail polish in Hawaii that is totally toxic free. So this survey that I just read to you is just a sign of why people become divided on simple issues in our society that really, to me, shouldn't be an issue. But again, when you're in the fourth dimension, trying to move into the fifth dimension, which is peaceful, no division, no conflicts, major conflicts, and no debating, no anger, no bitterness, no resentment, no unforgiveness. Life is good. Life is good. So this week, I want to encourage all of you. Let's see, I think I got all the comments. We didn't have anyone commenting on my survey. So I guess all of you agree with this. I'm assuming you agree with these questions. Yeah, I think I got everybody. Thank you. So yeah, tune in tomorrow. I'm gonna try and call in because I'm gonna have put my 2 cents in about Tyler Perry. Tune in tomorrow, Zelda Monday morning mindfulness. Be sure you're on time because she's gonna have meditation and breathing practice for all of us. And Tyler Perry's new movie Straw. I want to hear I'm going to tune in just to hear what people are saying because I might watch it. The part I missed yesterday, I might go back and watch just to see so I can have an intelligent conversation tomorrow with my sisters and brothers who call in. Okay, so Zelda, I'll be there tomorrow. We'll see you. And so I think that's it. So let me just end with a little Kaya meditation because the solutions and making sense of all this chaos, the Elon Musk crazy insanity, the division is all being into meditation, breathing in truth that you know is truth and letting go of what is not in your alignment to be the best person you can be on this planet. Now, before we go, sorry, got kicked off for some reason. Before we go, I do want to promote my book because every day they keep booting me off. Okay, I want to promote my book because I see women are confused about what to do when they get a cancer diagnosis. So my ebook is available if you send me Cash App and then go to my website and email me your name and your email address. I'll send you the PDF. That way you can share it with other people. You can also go to I love that. Eddie Harris says, Mission I'm Possible. Yay! Mission I'm Possible, not Mission Impossible, like we can't do it, but I'm possible. With the consciousness raising, it's possible. So in my book, that's what I focus on, the possibility that you can heal cancer or any disease, because these people who I share in the book did it. They didn't know how. They didn't have the knowledge. So here's the information. You can go to Amazon and find From Fear to Faith in the Master Design and read it on a Kindle, or you can send me $8 to Cash App and I'll send it to you in a PDF, which you can share with other people. You're going to meet people who have cancer this year, trust me. And this book will help them navigate that journey, because cancer is not your enemy. Let me say that again, please. Cancer is not the enemy. It's a wake-up call. Your body is trying to get you to change your lifestyle and get into lifestyle medicine change, not pharmaceutical and sick care medicine, but lifestyle medicine. That's the wake-up call for cancer. Lifestyle medicine, not sick care system medicine. And I think that was it. Okay, so let's do a little meditation with Kaya, because Kaya is from South Africa, created in South Africa, where so much is going on. They're kicking out the colonizers, and we are gonna feel it. And I'm almost ready to go visit Africa, but I want to wait till it tones down a little. So let's meditate that Africa will be totally successful, kicking out the French, the US, all these colonizers, and become who she was meant to be. Queens and kings of the earth, Africa's rising. yes. Ashe says our American indigenous ancestors are guiding us to speak with nature's tongue like they did. And you know, Sister Ashe, y'all, brother, I'm not sure who that is. That happens when you go stay in nature more and more. You speak with nature's tongue. You become connected to the birds, the bees, you start speaking like them, acting like them. Oh, I had a dead possum right outside my door this morning when I came. I was like, ah! But then I realized, okay, what went on last night that this creature ended up dead? And I started thinking about, okay, what happened? What was the energy last night that I have a dead animal? Nature. That's the way nature is. So I took a shovel, dug under, put that animal over there on the side somewhere, and the vultures will get him, because that's nature. You just move with nature, and you sing with nature, you work with nature, you do all these things, and you become I'm possible. As Eddie said, it's not mission impossible so much, so simplicity. I am possible to do anything when I set my mind to it. And Ashe says Pangea Island was once connected. Yeah, so we are one with Africa and all the indigenous continents. Absolutely. If you look at the map of the world, you realize it's like a little puzzle. The tectonic plates moved, and so Africa was part of the I think Africa fits in there with the United States, Australia. They were all together at one time. If you look at that map, yeah, the island was once connected. So we really are one with Africa. That's why we feel in Ibrahim Touré's movement right now. We're praying for that brother like never. I know I'm praying for Ibrahim every day. Yes, go. Bring Africa together. We're bringing Africa together, even with the African Americans here in this country. We are waking up to the possibilities. I am possible, which is our country, Africa, our brothers and sisters. I am possible. We are possible. It's mission we possible. We're gonna rename that. So yep, Ashe, hug a tree. She says, yeah, that's what we do nowadays. When we say thank us, United Spirits, we are tree huggers. We're all becoming tree huggers. If you're not there yet, get on the train here or on the path. The map comes together like a puzzle. Yeah, it's fascinating what we're learning. And the sun is our source of energy. So that means the answer to the first question is no, we don't use sunscreen to block out the sun. What you do is strengthen your internal body, your internal environment when it's alkaline, when it's full of joy and forgiveness and peace and tranquility. You're not going to burn in the sun. You're not going to burn. So too many people have too much anger and hate inside of them. They go out in the sun. They think they're going to get a tan. That sun's going to burn your ass up because you have too much acid inside of you and too much anger and all that stuff. So that is how she said it. The sun is our source of energy. We give thanks. Thank us. And I want to say, everybody, remember, this is the week of refinement. Get out there and refine your ass. Yes, in every way. And so we give thanks to all of you for being here. Thank our ancestors for guiding us this night. And as the moon continues to come to fullness and sun gaze, sun haze to see the sun disk. Eventually it takes time to view it. Oh yeah, I'm up to 3 or 4 minutes with that sun. I just look right in there, and then it splits. If you notice, when you gaze with the sun, it becomes 2 for some reason. I just love it, the energy that comes from it. So we need to sun gaze. Yes, sun gaze and refine yourself. And Eddie says, yes, refine yourself. So refine and refined. If you're in any state of low frequency, low vibration, like sadness, unforgiveness, don't watch Tyler Perry. It won't be lifted up at all. Unless you're ready to learn some lessons from that movie. We want Refind Yourself. Just watch some very good YouTube high frequency meditation. Let's see. She says, I'm up to 2 minutes with the Sundisk viewing. Yeah. Get up there. There's a song. I should play that. There's a song that I listen to while I'm gazing because it's 3 minutes and it tells me exactly when it's over. I know time for me to stop. But yeah, get up, get your timing up. We are the nature's government. Aye. We are the nature's government. Absolutely. When they said have dominion over the earth, that meant come into agreement with the earth, because earth's going to be here after we're gone. There's no ruining the earth. We're the ones who are going to be ruined and out of here. So let's get into government with nature. And this government in DC, it's just a show. Ignore it for the most part, or pass the popcorn. That's what I say about everything going on. Washington, D.C., pass the popcorn. It's a good movie, horror movie sometimes, too dramatic sometimes. Roy Aye, Look to the Sky song, Help Me. Yes, Look to the Sky. That's Sun, Earth, Wind, and Fire, I guess we're talking about here. Look to the Sky. We in the earth. Eddie was sending Earth, Wind, and Fire words to me, and I guessed it. Okay. So, okay, getting late. Thank you so much all for contributing and being here. May you all have a really blessed week. And let's see, where did my tiny house video go? I always like to end with my tiny house video. Where did you go? Because I want to encourage you to be minimalist and reduce your consumption. So everybody think minimalist as you watch this video and enjoy.